Let us pray. Almighty God, the creator and ruler of heaven and earth, we beseech thee to inspire and guide all our actions so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that will promote the unity, peace, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria in general and Lagos State in particular. Amen. Good afternoon, distinguished colleagues. You are all welcome to today's sitting. Let us go through the votes and proceedings of Monday, 5th November 2018. Page 798. Page 799. Honorable Olulade.
Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, good afternoon. Page 799 under announcements, Honorable Aina B.Y. The way he was being addressed here as just, they didn't include the fact that he is a member of House of Representatives. All they put there was that he's just a member at the 7th Assembly, and I think that should be corrected.
Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Still Honorable Ayinla, I want to observe, sir, that he was a member of the 6th and 7th Assemblies, and people have not, 5th, 6th, 7th Assemblies, and people have not even forgotten his indelible footprints as chairman PAC. Thank you, sir.
Fifth, okay. Fifth section. Page 800. I have examined the votes and proceedings of Monday, 5th November 2018, and approval is here granted. Any message from the governor?
Right, Honorable Speaker, sir. Distinguished honorable members, there is no message from the governor.
Any other announcements?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to announce the presence of the following at the gallery to observe the day's sittings. We have 43 students from Thames Valley College, Shagamu Ikorodu Road, Shagamu, Ogun State, led by Mr. Ojima Agwegi, Mr. Demola Odiebo, and Mrs. Florence Mujeko, and 22 members of Accounting Students Representative Council from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, led by Mr. Bakare Yusuf Oluwatobi and Mr. Akrele Isaac. That's all, sir.
Petitions?
None, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Matter of urgent public importance, non-personal explanation. Well, I think there should be. I need to say thank you to all my colleagues, management and staff of this great house. I just want to say thank you, and thank you, for the way and manner you carry out the MRI, X-ray, and scan on my person. Even when I was far away, I was reading all you said, and I thank you very much for your support and your collaboration and understanding. Because without you, I will be sitting or presiding over this house. And I've always been saying this. I thank you for ignoring my shortcomings, because I know there is no man or woman that is perfect, but tolerance and understanding. That is what I've been enjoying. I continue to be grateful, and thank you, for remembering my person on my birthday. I've always been saying it. I'm not really a birthday person because I'm not used to it. So having people to commend you, celebrate you, something most times that seems to be a strange thing to me. But I think somehow I've started getting used to it. I can see more light. Most especially Tunde Brown. It was a lengthy one. Even where is the chairman information? Even though if she refused to do her job on that very day, she did a belated one. It's understandable. We will get over it. And I must seize this opportunity as well to say thank you to His Excellency Governor Akinwumi Ambode. God, and we talked extensively. I thank him for remembering that at least the Speaker's birthday was on 11th. And the same thing goes to the Chief Judge. I thank her as well. And so many people, those who brought cakes, and so many people. We have civic engagement, LSHA, our friend who used to be in TVC, Saliwa, Mr. Yutayo from LSHA, the person headed by Adili. I won't say troublesome person, but a person and my friend and brother, Deputy Speaker Eshinoku, the legal department, that has always been domineering. So we are looking at the way we are going to the legal department. And the staff of House of Assembly, I thank you. I am very grateful. I won't forget Laaka, Bimbola and Co. I thank you. And I try, it was then I discovered, so, it's a great job to reply SMS and WhatsApp. It took me almost a whole day, to reply. Thank you, sir. I'm very grateful. In fact, again, thank you. Upon that, it took almost a whole day to say thank you. I thank everybody. I'm very grateful. Chief Kemi Nelson, all of them, I thank you. Even BYA, you have just mentioned, he also called, and Isha also sent cake, I remember. In fact, I was not around when they called, that somebody came, Honorable Isha, he brought a cake. I said, okay, thank you very much. It's the man that introduced cake idea to the House of Assembly. Yeah, I'm sure every member gets cake on his birthday, and he has been doing that since he joined the House of Assembly. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Mr. Clark, thank you. Management and staff, I thank you very well, and I appreciate you. And I pray we will continue, to grow, to continue to advance in age with the blessings and the protection of Almighty Allah. Once again, I say thank you to each one of you. Thank you very much. Tunde Brahmo, what is left that you did not mention your epistle?
Mr. Speaker, I just forgot to mention, sir, that you deserve more than that. What you got from people was just a reflection of the impression that people have about you, sir. Your diligence, your intelligence, your vibrance, and your pervading, alluring, and very inspiring personality all come together, must be celebrated when we are still alive, sir. And you are a man of many firsts. The firsts are just manifesting. We are going to get many firsts from you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Honorable Councilman, I did say thank you. Maybe that's why the light is on. I got your gift too. Thank you very much, Honorable Councilman.
Thank you very much, sir. Right Honorable, sir, as much as I see that you're trying to escape the many accolades that you very well deserve,
I did.
I want to mention that a day like this cannot go by without a few of us having one or two things to say about you. Because many a times when other colleagues are celebrating their birthdays, we do shower these accolades on them. Not to talk of our first among equals, Primus Inter Pares, who is a leader who has been recognized state level and at national level as well, as chairman conference of all the speakers of all the 36 states. Indeed, he has to be someone of an indefatigable fatigable character, or a delectable character, or a man of virtue, a man of great values, a man who has strength of character, a man who has determination and strives to succeed at every stride, who has taken giant strides to change the face of the legislature in Nigeria, only deserves such a position. So today, I want to say, even though we did not have sitting on your birthday, it is deserving for you to be congratulated as a youth that you are. You are still very youthful, and we know that by as Chairman House Committee on Youth Sports and Social Development,
Don't worry,
I
take me to
represent
stadium.
I represent a multitude of youth
Thank you very
who
much.
still recognize the fine, handsome gentleman that you are and that you would be for the next few years, at least before you get to the likes of Honorable Lula Day and Bisi Yusuf, who seem to be struggling with their age difference.
Thank you.
Thank you very much once again for being a
Well,
very fantastic
what we
leader.
have escaped, I won't want us to revisit it. So, Olowo, just one, I've just, we have escaped this, so let it be.
Baba Muda, thank you very much.
Thank
Mr.
you,
Speaker,
Jare.
I want to talk about being a highly determined person. You are an embodiment of determination. As a councillor, you had that determination to become a member of the House of Assembly. Through sheer determination, you became a lawyer. it was self-development. And many times we make reference to you because when we are talking to probably councillors at local government level, we say, Mr. Speaker, at a time was in your shoes. But through determination, he has made many first. Mr. Speaker, you are the youngest speaker in the history of Lagos State. And you are the first speaker to be the speaker of conference of speakers. We want to remind you that I didn't hear when you were saying thank you to all, maybe Conference 57, remember to give your own cake. But this is what I will say. Your determination, you are positively stubborn. Positively stubborn. Because when you believe in a cause and you have conviction that it's going, all you do is that you give it all it takes. You are a very loyal person. Your loyalty to the leaders of the party is not shaking because they know over the time when there are issues, you always stand aloof and you always stand for the truth and follow what they say. Speaker, many firsts will come your ways. God will make this a tip of iceberg in whatever will happen to your life. And more importantly, your children will be greater than you, and you will have every cause to see your great grandchildren. God bless you. Have a pleasant day. But don't forget, we are still waiting for the party. Whether you're away, you are back. We must do the party. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Olulade.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would say you are a rugged man, like following the suit of Honorable Olowo. Your doggedness have shown the character that God has made you. And you are a man of fortune. You are a man of destiny. You are a man that God has prepared for a day like this. And I must congratulate you on your birthday. And I say that on behalf of the people of Ekpe Constituency 2, that we are proud of your leadership and for the fact that you have distinct yourself in the way that you need to go and the way you want to go. And by the grace of God, as you celebrate your birthday on the 11th of the 11th month, God will continue to promote you, God will continue to uplift you, you will continue to soar higher and higher by the grace of God. Okay. Congratulations, Mr. Speaker.
Shall I go? I don't want to.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I want to say a very big happy birthday to you. And then I must also know that I spoke to you on your birthday. So I must say thank you for picking my call to speak to me. You just not just pick my call on your birthday, but you're supposed to be busy probably praying and celebrating. You were out there for me. And that is a sign of leadership. That when a speaker says that he is going to do something, he goes all out to do it. I am a living example of the fact that you are a leader that stands with his followers. And I stand here to praise you, to pray for you that God give you long life and prosperity, and also bring you back here, inshallah, 2019 to become the speaker. Happy birthday, Mr. Speaker.
There's none.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May I, on behalf of the good people of Surulere, wish you a very happy birthday. What a lot have not said would be that you will be the longest serving by the grace of God when we come back. You will be. And we are in the next assembly by the grace of God. Mr. Speaker, I want to align myself with what almost all my colleagues here have said. The only thing I want to pinpoint, sir, is that we need to bring out a book on your journey so far. It's very important for the future generation coming ahead. Sir, I think you should seriously consider it. Let's know how your struggles were, your challenges, and your victories. And we will be better for it. So thank you, Mr. Speaker. May God keep you and keep your family. Happy birthday once again, sir.
Good.
My own speaker, I would say you are a great man and you are a leader. Sincerely, I thank God for meeting you, sir. Um, I would say I'm short of words, but the truth is that I want to say congratulations to you in arrears. And one thing I will not forget to tell you is that you are a good man, and God will continue to keep you. After God, you are my political father. God bless you.
Lastly, Oguyemi,
The Right Honorable Speaker, sir, distinguished colleagues. Well, let me join my colleagues to appreciate you on your birthday and to congratulate you also. Honorable Lowo spoke about something that is very germane about you, your loyalty to leadership. But taking it further, your loyalty is not just to the leadership. You have very, very commendable loyalty even to this house of assembly, to your colleagues. You are always there standing when it mattered most to defend their cause and to make sure that their welfare is very paramount. You are also loyal to this institution called the legislature. I have seen how vehemently you have fought to ensure the sanctity and the sacrilege of this institution, Mr. Speaker. I was there in Agege. Agege was agog yesterday. I stood in for you at the event of the distribution of educational materials to pupils. On your behalf, you gave back to society even on your birthday, and the people were so happy. The parents were very happy, and I saw that Obasa Ano, Kondi Obasa Edi, those were the language that I learned from Agege yesterday. And Obasa is a phenomenon in Agege. Obasa is a moving train, and I join my other colleagues to wish you well in your future endeavors. And by the special grace of God, 2019, as Speaker, Lagos State House of Assembly. Thank you.
thank you, thank you, Honorable Oguyemi. You have just reminded me to say thank you to the SAs in the Speaker's office, and members of staff in my office, Barua, Nick, Lekon, Oshugoye and Co. They did the exercise books and the bags, school bags. They called on me and I told them that they can invite you and Ogudimo to be there on my behalf. I thank them very much. In fact, I didn't see what they did until I was reading it on the platform, one of the platforms. I thank them sincerely, and I really appreciate what they have done. And the member of GAC, someone has mentioned the party leadership. I received message from the GAC and members of our party cut across the stage. I thank you very much. I can't thank you enough, but I want to assure you that I will continue to appreciate all of you. Thank you very much, and God will bless all of us together. Amen. Well, reports, none. Business of the day, Majority Leader.
Right, Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Mr. Speaker, may I crave your indulgence to explore the power of the man that holds the mic. Even if I was not called while Nkuru had been showered, may I just say that you have become a reference point and a precedent in legislature. Those who are in their first term, second term now have the hope that they can return for fifth term in the House of Assembly, just because you have gotten your ticket. May God continue to strengthen you. Now, Mr. Speaker, business of the day.
After 23, I thank you all.
Sir?
After 23, I thank you all.
Right, Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, business of the day. I just want to call attention to the bills that are listed for first reading today. These are products of the pally that we had 2 weeks ago. The bills slated here for first reading are those initiated for amendment by the House of Assembly after a worthwhile review of all the laws. Mr. Speaker, number one is House of Assembly Bill 54. That is Public-Private Partnership Amendment Bill 2018, supported by Honorable Abiru RL, Honorable Duton Uyeladun, Honorable Gudimo O, Honorable Oshun MO, Honorable Akonde OV, Honorable Yusuf AA. With your kind permission, Mr. Speaker, may I move that the said bill be read for the first time? I so move.
Honorable Desmond.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support the motion as moved.
All in favor say ayes. Those against nay, the ayes have it. Mr. Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished honorable members, it is my honor to read for the first time Public-Private Partnership Amendment Bill 2018. Thank you, sir.
Majority Leader.
Right, Honorable Speaker. Next is the bill supported by Engineer David S.S., Honorable Oshinowo S.A., Honorable Olorunrinu D.S., Honorable Ayode I.O., Honorable Makinde R.I., Honorable Sholaja Saka N., Honorable Olowo R.E. Mr. Speaker, the bill is House of Assembly Bill number 55, Urban and Regional Planning and Development Amendment Bill 2018. May I humbly move that the said bill be read for the first time as we move.
Honorable Jude.
Thank you, my Speaker. I rise to support the motion as moved. Thank you.
All in favor say ayes. Those against nay, the ayes have it. Mr. Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished honorable members, with your kind permission, I'll read for the first time Urban and Regional Planning and Development Amendment Bill 2018. Thank you, sir.
Majority Leader.
Right, Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, the third bill on the list is House of Assembly Bill number 56, supported by Honorable Majid A.F., Honorable Lawale A.O., Honorable Giwa S.O., Honorable Shokunle O.H., Honorable Idimogun J.E., Honorable Bello A. Mr. Speaker, may I humbly move that Transport Sector Reform Amendment Bill 2018 be read for the first time as we move.
Honorable Olowo.
Thank you, sir. I rise to second the motion as moved.
All in favor say ayes. Those against nay, the ayes have it. Mr. Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished honorable members, it is my honor to read for the first time Transport Sector Reform Amendment Bill 2018. Thank you, sir.
Majority Leader.
Right, Honorable Speaker. Next is House of Assembly Bill number 57, supported by Honorable Fafumi OTS, Honorable Tobun MA, Honorable Mrs. Miranda ML, Honorable Famakiwa AO, Honorable Shokunle OH, Honorable Elliot DO. Mr. Speaker, with your kind permission, may I humbly move that Environmental Management and Protection Amendment Bill 2018 be read for the first time as so moved.
Honorable Duton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion.
All in favor say ayes. Those against nay, the ayes have it. Mr. Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished honorable members, I want to respectfully read for the first time Environmental Management and Protection Amendment Bill 2018. Thank you, sir.
Majority Leader.
The Right Honorable Speaker. The next bill is the Lagos State Security Trust Fund Amendment Bill 2018, supported by Honorable Mrs. Teju Osho A, Honorable Raymond T, Honorable Lulade OG, Honorable Ogunyemi MO, Honorable Engineer Ishao, G-O-R, Mr. Honorable Adekoye O. Mr. Speaker, may I humbly move that the said bill be read for the first time as so moved.
Honorable Modimu. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion as moved.
All in favor, say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Mr. Clerk.
Time, Lagos State Security Trust Fund Amendment Bill 2018 for the first time. Thank you, sir.
Majority Leader.
Right, Honorable Speaker. Last but not the least of the motion listed for first reading today is the Public Procurement Agency Amendment Bill 2018, supported by Honorable Ogundimu O, Honorable Mrs. Shankodara M.R., Honorable Oluwa O.F., Honorable Adams N.B., Honorable Kazim R.A., Honorable Muhammad F.J., Honorable Kasumu A.R., Honorable Solaja Saka N. Mr. Speaker, may I humbly move that the Public Procurement Agency Amendment Bill 2018 be read for the first time as so moved.
Honorable Toby.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion as moved.
All in favor, say ayes. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Mr. Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished honorable members, with the kind permission, I read for this first time Public Procurement Agency Amendment Bill 2018. Thank you, sir.
Well, before the last item on the other paper, let me seize this moment to recognize the 43 students from Thames Valley College, Shagamu Ikorodu Road, Shagam, Ogun State, led by Mr. Ojima Aguege, Mr. Demola Oduyebo, and Mrs. Flores Bojeku. We thank you for coming. You are all welcome. We also have 22 members of our County Student Representative Council from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, led by Mr. Bakari Yusuf Oluwatobi and Mr. Akirile Isaac. You are welcome. We thank you for coming. Yeah, Majority Leader.
Right, Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Next on the other paper is the presentation of reports in respect of the performance of the 20 local government area LGAs and 37 local council development area by the ad hoc committee led by Honorable R.E., who is the chairman, 9-man ad hoc committee. Mr. Speaker, however, the report so presented is very voluminous, and in view of the fact that the time has been spent, we need holistic consideration of the bill. May I therefore, Mr. Speaker, move that the said report be stepped down for another day, Mr. Speaker.
Are you sure it's because time has passed? Just say hello. Honorable Fafumi.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The majority leader is quite right, because that's why we have leaders in the house. Leaders.
Right about what?
Right about.
You better rise as a condition so that you will create problem.
All right. I rise to second the motion as moved by the majority leader.
All in favor, say ayes. Those against, the ayes have it. Yeah. Well, before the adjournment, you will all recall that last week we had the what is it called? The examination of governor's nominee here on the floor. I mean, to Office of Auditor General for Local Government. and we've just haven't questioned what is it called, CV. So I'm putting to you now that pursuant to Section 49 of the Local Government Administration Law 2015, that this House hereby ratifies the appointment of Mrs. Adesunbo Idiat Abolari as the Auditor General for Local Government. All in favor, say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. Mr. Clerk, kindly send the letter of the clearance of the nominee. Majority Leader.
Distinguished colleagues, having come to the end of the deliberation for today, I have the approval of the Right Honourable Speaker to move that this House adjourns to Thursday, the 15th day of November at 10 o'clock. I so move.
Honorable Rahim.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion as moved by Majority Leader.
All in favor, say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. This House stands adjourned Thursday, 15 November 2018 at 10 a.m. prompt. I rise.